Hi guys, welcome to the Soul on Fire show. I am so excited to be here. Thanks for watching on the live. Thanks for watching on the replay. My name is Noelle Agape. I'm a leading expert in health, wellness, and consciousness. And we are here on the Soul on Fire show where we merge science and spirituality and we go deep into the quantum fields. I am a quantum energy trainer and NLP trainer, and I'm going to take you guys on a journey today of love and the vibration of love and relationships and understanding biohacking and understanding mind hacking and energy hacking. Today, we're going to walk away with tools and takeaways of how to actually raise your vibration in love, in relationships, and when things happen and triggers happen, and how to handle them in your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body, and your energetic body. I am super excited for today's show, guys, because I'm solo today, so I get to actually teach the stuff that is in my pocket. So thanks again for being here. And so let's dive right in and start talking about the vibration of what's going on in we'll start with the physical body. We're going to talk all things love, relationships, and energy today. And we are going to just tell you tools and takeaways of how to maneuver your emotional body when you get triggered in relationships. And that's really the biggest thing. So a lot has happened to me this week. And you know what happens with me is like I take my information that I've, my history that I know and my education. And then as life presents me with lessons, I teach them back to you, right? And so this week it's been a journey. It's been a minute for sure. So there's been many times this week where I have been tested emotionally in my emotional body. And it's really cool because understanding when you're in the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body, and the energetic body, and how that looks in love and relationships, how it looks in navigating relationships, not just with intimate relationships with my children, with people that I'm, establishing bonds with people that I work with. And so that's what today's show is going to be about. It's going to be about understanding the different levels of intimacy and the energetic forms of intimacy and how they show up biochemically, how they show up in the brain, how to biohack those, how to really mind hack. And that's what this show is going to be about today. So I believe from my soul that when things show up in your life, you are the observer of your life. And when you are the observer of your life, it is such a beautiful gift because you get to dance with God, source, the universe always, right? And so when things show up as triggers in your life or things show up in your life as patterns, that is when the electromagnetic field that we talk about all the time, the electro is the thoughts and the magnetic fields is the heightened sense of emotion, right? So when you understand that the electromagnetic fields can be manipulated, that's actually when you get to change your vibration. That's really when you get to truly tap into who you are. That's when you get to dance with God. You get to learn the lessons that your soul has agreed with. Right. So I'm going to start with the physical body, and then we'll go to the mental body. Then later in the next two segments after this will be the energetic and the emotional body, and understanding how to body biohack and mind hack and what it looks like. Right. So first, I'm just going to start off of the what it looks like in the physical body of what happens when you're developing intimacy with someone, whether it's a work partner, and there's different levels of intimacy, there's different levels that you make connections, and your soul has agreed to all of it for a reason, a season, a lifetime. And you'll figure out what it is along that journey, right? Whether it's just a season, which is this beautiful magnetic energy that comes into your life, but they just leave after a season. The reason is, you learn the soul lessons that you guys have come here to learn. And that will go into the second segment more in depth in that. And the lifetimes are truly understanding that you have to actually get through a lot of other things to get to a lifetime. And so how it works and in relationships, and believe me, guys, the relationships, have been my journey. Intimate relationships have been my journey throughout my life. And what is really cool, though, is you get to take a step back as the observer of your life, and you get to see what is happening and how you can learn and how you can grow. And that's spiritual maturity, is when you have emotional intelligence, but you act on the emotional intelligence. You move from, understanding the emotional and energetic and physical and mental body, and understanding how to move into a different space with that. So the 4 stages of a relationship that you go through to get to lifetime people that are in your lifetime are, Matthew Hussey says this perfectly. And there's 4 different stages of the relationship. The first is admiration, right? And so again, could be an intimate relationship. It could be with anything, anybody, or anything. And so the first is admiration. And so this looks like, the attraction stage where you're attracted to them. You find them very fun. You find that like common ground. There's a lot that you're intrigued by. You can be intrigued by their beauty. You can be intrigued by their intellect. You can be intrigued by a lot of different things in the admiration stage. The admiration stage is really just like, oh, hey, you feel really good. Like, and that's tied into the emotional body. But what's going on in the biochemical fields of your body and your brain when you are in the admiration stage is actually you're feeling the biochemical of the dopamine and the oxytocin and the serotonin that this person's actually allowing you to feel. Right. And so when you don't feel that and you're repelled by something and you're triggered by something, you're not getting through the admiration stage yet because it's showing you where your shadows are. And we'll talk more about that in the later segments. But when you do feel the admiration for someone and you feel like, these beautiful biochemicals that are inside of our body that are, within nature, and they come out, that's the spark of, oh, hey, I'm supposed to meet this person, whether it's a season, a reason, or a lifetime. I'm supposed to just have some sort of interaction because it feels really good. The interactions feel really, really good right now. Moving from the attraction stage is that's the electromagnetic fields, is understanding that your thoughts become your beliefs and your beliefs become your patterns and your patterns become reality. That once you've attracted that, right, that's when all of your belief systems are going to come into play. And that's actually when you move still into the physical, you're kind of halfway in the physical body, and the mental body is the connection stage, right? Because the physical body, you still feel the bioendorphins and the oxytocin, the dopamine, the serotonin, you still feel that shot from your gut to your brain. And if you spend 6 seconds with someone, this is a rule in the biochemical fields, is that if you spend 6 seconds with someone and you have admiration for them for longer than 6 seconds, what actually happens is it actually raises your biochemical attraction towards them. So it deepens the bond and it deepens the connection. So a little life hack, if you want to hug someone or you want to kiss someone or you just want to have a deep, intimate thought with someone and you're connected with someone, to increase the level of intimacy, it's the 6 second rule, right? And it's you're listening deeply to them, you're paying attention to them, you're letting them feel heard, you're letting them feel loved, you're making them feel all of these biochemicals in their body that are fantastic and magnificent. If you hold that for 6 seconds or longer, then that attraction is naturally going to happen. And that's just working in the energetic fields now, is that you're moving this energy, this biochemical energy within your body, and it's creating the chemistry of the connection. And so that's what happens, is so many people in relationships, whether again, deep, long-term lifetime relationships or just seasons and reasons, what they do is they get stuck in these 2 sections right here. They get stuck in the admiration and they get stuck in the connection because it feels so good. But right about after the connections and all, after the biochemicals are shot up and we're off, this is where the work begins. And this is what many don't understand, is that where you have to actually work in all 4 bodies, the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body, and the energetic body, because the physical attraction is just a shot of chemical endorphins that are going within your biochemical fields. And so what happens after that then is the connection is building the chemistry within your body, within your it's biochemistry, really. And so you can biohack that, right? By attending to a person, listening to them a little bit more, giving them compliments, right? And so you can biohack to get endorphins. You can exercise together, you can get out into nature together, you can have experiences together. And that's how you deepen the connection, right? That's how you deepen a level of intimacy. And from this place, a lot of people they feel that they need to spend their lifetimes with these people because they have such a deep admiration or deep connection with them. And what they don't understand is that it's just the beginning phases of building up into an energetic frequency of intimacy, of love and wisdom, right? So the third stage is when you're moving through into commitment. And again, it could be commitment into a relationship where it's an intimate relationship, a friendship commitment, that you're committing to each other, that you like the way you feel in the admiration stage. You love the chemistry that's happening. You're building intimacy through experience. And it's going now beyond the biochemical field. Now it's going into the commitment is moving into your mental body, right? It's your belief systems, and you're bringing all of your belief systems that you have in your electromagnetic fields, in your vortex, whatever you believe it to be. You're bringing all of that into a relationship, whether it's a partnership, whether it's a friendship, whether it's in business, whatever that is. You're bringing that in, in a mentor relationship, in a deep seated relationship. When you commit to someone, that's the next level, because that is actually allowing yourself to say, yes, I adore this person. I have admiration for this person. Yes, I love the chemistry in this person. Yes, I want to learn from this person. Yes, I want to be intimate with this person. Yes, I want to make love to this person. Yes, I want to spend my lifetime with this person. Yes, I want to spend a week with this person, right? And so you're saying yes in the commitment stage. And the commitment doesn't have to be anywhere. It doesn't have to be a lifetime yet. The beginning of the commitment stages are, let me feel you out because this feels really good, and let me see if it's going to work. And what happens so often in the commitment stage is fear comes up a lot. And it came up a lot for me this week. I'm moving into a situation in my life that I have a deep-seated bond with someone, and it's fantastic and wonderful. And it's a full-blown yes, like a full-blown yes. But then there was stuff that came up with me that hasn't come up in 10 years, right? So in the commitment stage, there's stuff that happened 10 years ago to me that just like triggered thing after thing after thing with me this week. And it's crazy because I do this for a living, guys. I've been doing this for 20 years. I biohack, I energy hack. We work in the quantum fields. And so I've been doing a ton of work this week, going in, recycling, going in. And then so what happened was some fears came up in my physical body. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this story is because to understand that when you get to commitment is often the time where the biochemicals are not kicking in anymore. And that's where your electromagnetic fields are taking over, right? And so there was fear there because I've been hurt in the past, and it was fear of moving to the next stage of intimacy with me. And when you understand that your relationship with fear has to be one of the most important things that you have in your life, right? Because I got angry, I got physically hurt. I had a pain in my shoulder that was like a stabbing pain in my shoulder. I literally went in and I biohacked and I energy hacked and mind hacked, and I faced my fear. And I said, oh my gosh, this is one of my greatest fears. I have a fear of commitment. I have a fear of intimacy. I have a fear of getting married again. And I was afraid to move into a situation where it would be a lifetime. So many times when a commitment phase is going too fast, your unconscious and subconscious mind will slow you down. Like you will either put the brakes on or you'll go hardcore like a train running off the tracks, right? Because it feels so good. You want to move fast. And so what happens often is that when you slow down the momentum and you slow down the energy and you slow down the thought processes and the looping and the NLP and the neural net pathways, and when your neural net pathways are firing like crazy, it's always a sign to pause. And it's always, or if something happening in your physical body, it's always a sign to pause and take a break and understand what's going on. And this is where you get to be the observer in your life in the commitment stage, because whether you're committing to a mentor, whether you're committing to whatever it may be, a lifetime partner, whether you're committing to just flying off to see somebody for a weekend, there's the commitment is whatever your belief system is. And so the commitment goes hand in hand with the mental body, but it also can affect your physical body. If you're not ready for what you're saying yes to, then what will happen is your unconscious mind will give you everything that is inside of you, and it will project out of you onto that person. And it will start to not feel good. It will start to feel either really, really amazing and wonderful, or you need a minute, or you have to process. And so being the observer in the commitment phase is such a huge part, because spiritual maturity is understanding that moving from the seasons and the reasons to people that are in your life for a lifetime, right? Not learning the lesson and saying, wow, I do want to go further with this, or wow, I actually don't want to go further with this because this is not feeling good, right? This is not feeling good for me. If it doesn't feel good in the commitment stage for you, it's either your fear, your anger, your hurt, your sadness, or your guilt and shame, and your limiting beliefs behind that, which is I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not safe, secure, and protected, I'm not lovable, or I'm not whole and complete. Or if it feels really good and it's moving like a freight train, that's also not a good sign when it's moving so fast that it feels so good, because what happens is the elation of the biochemicals in the neural net pathways and everything, once they slow down, it comes to a crash. And so in the beginning stages of the commitment, we're going to get to the longer stages of commitment as well, but in the beginning stages of commitment, when you stop and pause and you meditate, you get out into nature, you experience more things with this person, and you see how it feels along the journey. You're saying little yeses all the way along the way to your lifetimes, right? And so when you finally get to your lifetimes, which is your long-term partners, the people that are here in your life that you're saying yes to, it's a full-blown yes. That is when the work begins. And a lot of people don't understand. And it's not that relationships are work, because I don't like to say that, because really it's working together with someone, as opposed to relationships are work. That's very heavy energy, but working together with their belief system and your belief system, right? And so moving from the physical to the mental. So the final stage is compatibility, and that is really in the energetic realms, right? And so this is where, and then the next segment, we're going to talk about soul contracts and sacred contracts, and and how you bring your purpose out to the world with people. So the compatibility stage in this aspect is the lifestyles, right? Do your lifestyles match? Are you compatible as people? Are you compatible as mentors? Are you compatible as intimate partners? This is where the physical, the mental, and the emotional all tie into play, right? But the compatibility is even more than that. This is, can I spend my life saying yes to this person? Can I spend my life building with this person? Because the compatibility stage is, can I get over my, the biochemicals and the feelings of attraction and admiration and this deep connection that I have? And can I get over the all of the yeses along the way if there's a problem, right? And that's where the compatibility comes in, is how do I communicate? Am I communicating effectively? Am I hurting this person? Am I loving on this person? Am I honoring this person? Am I trying to manipulate this person? Am I doing something for gain? Am I giving too much? So the compatibility stage will bring up everything that's inside of you that your soul agreed to before you came here on this journey. And the greatest thing is that you get to, it's a season, which is this magnetic, and seasons are really, really in the attraction and the connection stage. They're this beautiful time in your life, and it feels wonderful, and you embrace it, and it's like dancing with the universe. But it's just like fall into winter, or spring into summer. It's the energy changes, and that's when it changes as well. So the seasons are in the first two segments of that. They're in admiration and the connection. The reasons are could be in all 4 stages, because the reasons are your soul lessons of why you have chosen to be here on this earth, how you're here to experience, and how you're here to expand. And we're going to talk about that in the next segment after a commercial break. But how you're here to expand is the reasons, right? So some of the reasons are the hardest relationships you'll ever have in your entire life. There's the deepest lessons of your soul's evolution for growth and expansion here. And you can walk through every single phase, and you can even spend an immense amount of years with someone, but they're not your lifetime, right? And so and finally, the lifetime is one of the most magnificent, beautiful souls that have actually allowed you to be a season, a reason, and tie it all into the lifetime, because you've said yes along the way. You've done the inner work. You've lived in spiritual maturity. You have emotional intelligence for each other. Your electromagnetic fields are heightened sense of emotion in your thoughts, and you're working through things as either a couple or as a family or as literally, a mentor. It doesn't matter, but you've decided that this is the person that is, I call them my ride or dies, right? And so my ride or dies in my life, or my ride or dies are my people. And what most don't know about me is I'm a public figure. I speak for a living. I have a TV show. I run adventure therapy retreats all over the world, and I love adrenaline, but I'm an introvert. And so the people that I let into my world have to be compatible, right? You have to have the admiration. You have to have the connection. You have to have the commitment on a daily basis to yourself and to that person. And then you have to be compatible with them, right? And so you have to be willing to expand your consciousness. You have to be willing to expand beyond where you are with lifetimes. Lifetimes will grow with you. They won't. And often people that are just seasons or reasons that don't grow with you, what happens is something will happen in life where they will fall out of your life because they're not supposed to be on the journey with you as a ride or die. And when the ride or dies go with you, it's that is, I see all of you. I hear all of you. I love all of you. And you might be a wild horse or a unicorn in one breath. I say all the time, I'm a unicorn in one breath and a wild horse in another. And that's understanding that you're navigating someone else's journey when you decide that the compatibility is wonderful and it's worth it, right? It's worth putting in the time, the commitment, the connection, the admiration. It's worth that. But it's not just doing the phases and feeling the biochemistry and the mental loops. It's making a conscious choice to say, I'm committed to me and being the best version of me. And if you choose to come with me, it's always a choice. I'm asking you to be the best version of you, and we're going to work on this together, right? And this is what is bothering me. And so in the stage of compatibility, communication is so key. When you understand that how you communicate with somebody is either going to make them feel loved or it's going to make them feel hurt, and but based on their belief system, right? And how you effectively communicate with yourself, your higher self, God, source, the universe, and your awareness of your emotional intelligence of how you're dealing with other people and how you're dealing with yourself and how you're dealing with the lessons and the triggers and everything that comes up in life. That's how compatibility can be manipulated, is in the sense that you can body hack and you can biohack and you can truly mind hack and energy hack, but it's a conscious choice to be a better version of you in the lifetime stages. So let's just review. So the first stage is admiration, and that's where the biochemicals in your body are crazy, wonderful, and feeling endorphins, and a lot of seasons are in that space. From there, you move into connection and you deepen your intimacy. And this is where you truly say yes to what you're feeling, but you're deepening the connection. A lot of reasons are in that space, right? That's where you learn where your neural pathways are and your loops are. And that's where you learn what's going on in your thoughts and your electromagnetic fields. And what's emanating in your outer world is always what's in your inner world. When you're moving to commitment, that's when you're saying yes to yourself and to your soul's expansion and moving into a level of expanding beyond where you are with this person. So that could be a season, a reason, and a lifetime in the commitment stage, right? But the compatibility is truly the lifetime. And that is saying, I'm willing to work on my limiting beliefs. I'm willing to work on myself. I'm willing to work on with you to build something fantastic with my admiration, with my connection, and with my connection to you and to myself to be the greatest versions of ourselves. And that's the lifetimes, right? So guys, we get to dance with other people. We get to have beautiful relationships with people. We get to truly, truly, truly just love ourselves and respect and honor ourselves so we can bring that version out to ourselves. Guys, we will be right back. When we come back, we're going to go deep into the soul contracts of what it looks like in relationships with soul contracts and sacral contracts and the energetic fields and how actually you can manipulate your energy when you're feeling jealousy, when you're feeling anger, when you're feeling hurt, sadness, and all of those things. We will be right back, guys. Stay tuned. Today's show is sponsored by my company, Noelle Agape Global, where we're here at Noelle Agape Global. We are here to set your soul on fire and ignite your passion within. We run wellness retreats around the world where we truly, truly ignite your soul. And so today's show is sponsored by that. So thank you guys for staying tuned. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe because we want to get this information out to as many people as possible. We will be right back, guys. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being on the Soul on Fire show where we ignite your passion within and we talk deep, deep, deep about the quantum fields and we talk about merging science and spirituality to make you set your soul on fire and live your best life. I am Noelle Agape. I'm a leading expert in health, wellness, and consciousness. I am a quantum energy trainer and I'm here to tell you guys that we are working today into love and the energy of love and relationships. Thank you so much for being here on the live. Thank you for being here on the replay as well. In the first segment, we talked about the 4 stages of relationships and how you move through admiration, connection, commitment, and compatibility, and how that works with your biochemical fields and your neural net pathways, and how it works also with your mental body and your physical body and what that looks like in a relationship. Now we're going to move into the emotional body and understanding your emotional body and how important that is in this component of building relationships. So your emotional body is understanding that your emotions are your guidance system, guys. They truly are. When something triggers you or when it's fear or anger, hurt or sadness or guilt and shame, what is always behind that is I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not safe, secure, and protected, I'm not lovable, or I'm not whole and complete right now. And these belief systems have been built inside of you from 0 to 10 years old. And so your inner child in your emotional body comes out in your seasons, your reasons, and your lifetimes, and it shows you along the way. I believe, it is my belief that our souls have imprinted, right? Our souls have this beautiful journey of the emotional body and the electromagnetic fields or your thoughts, your heightened sense of thoughts and your heightened sense of emotions is what truly creates your reality. And so how do you have beautiful relationships and how do you dance with the universe and dance with other people when you have belief systems that are so in your core, that you are? How do you expand beyond where you are in your emotional body? I get that question asked to me all the time. And it's probably one of the most important components is that understanding your emotional body is the key to relationships. Your physical body and your mental body, right? That can be worked on. They want your brain is a computer and your body is a machine and you can operate both of them. Your emotional body is what you get to control. Your emotional body is your choice, right? Wow, I'm in anger right now. I'm in jealousy right now. Okay, what is the lesson that I have? What is, and eventually we're going to get into the energetic body and the soul's mission for these lessons. But what is happening right now? I'm the observer of my life, and I'm the observer of my emotions. And the more that I'm the observer of my emotions and my life, what happens often is that your internal guidance system kicks in when you are tapped in with your emotional body, your physical body, your mental body, and your spiritual body. And your internal guidance system goes something like, Noelle, go this way. Call this person. Oh, Noelle, you're feeling anger right now. What you need to do is process this anger, and you need to move through this anger, right? And so being the observer is the key component of your emotional body. It really is, but it connects you to your spiritual body. When you are the observer of your life and the observer of your emotions, it is so powerful and so profound because you get to live in spiritual maturity, right? And I mean, I've studied this for the last 20 years. I have, done so, but I do the work on a daily basis, guys. And what happens often is I show up emotionally. Like I show up for people, but I get triggered. I mean, this week I've been triggered more this week than I have in quite a few months, but it's moving to the next stage of intimacy and moving through what my soul has agreed to before I can be in an intimate relationship with someone. And so you're always the student and the teacher in the same breath in the emotional body. And it's this dance between understanding what your boundaries are, which healthy boundaries, you have to have healthy boundaries in your emotional body, but you don't have to have walls, right? And so building the boundaries is one thing, but the walls are another. And when you're intimate with someone and you have too many walls, you're actually blocking the love from receiving inside your heart. And so your heart space, when you have heart and mind coherence, that's when your energy of your mind and your heart are in alignment, right? When your heart is in contraction, or your mind or your energy fields are in contraction, what happens often is your physical body feels contracted as well. And so you're either in contraction or in expansion energy. There's no other things. You can be in expansion in one area of your life, but completely contracted in another, right? And so that's why you have to do the body, the mind, the soul, the spirit, because there could be an area of your life, whether it's finances or love, that you might be knocking it out of the park in business, and you might be amazing, but in love you're contracted, but in business you're expanded, right? So when your emotional body is expanded and you're living in curiosity and you're like, what is this teaching me? What is this showing me? How can I expand beyond where I am right now to moving into a safer spot, right? And how can I heal my inner child work and not stay in my inner child and move to a place of spiritual maturity where I have emotional intelligence about this. I'm learning the lessons and I'm processing it in a mature way, understanding that I'm respecting and honoring others as well. And so that's the emotional body. And the emotional body for me is really the journey of self-love, right? The journey of the boundary of he's pushing me too far, or the boundary of, oh, I'm actually contracting myself right now because I'm in fear. You're going to know what's safe and what's comfortable for you in the emotional body and how to navigate moving into your lifetimes, right? And so the seasons are really easy because they feel so good and they're so wonderful. But at the end of the season, you probably have to process a lot of emotions because it felt so good and now they're not there anymore, right? The lifetimes are the ones that you're committing to doing the work with and understanding your emotional body throughout the lifetimes. But the reasons are the hardest in the emotional body, because the reasons are where you actually have to take accountability. You have to understand that this is showing up in your life, because this is showing up in your life with different people, different circumstances, but same pattern is showing up in your life, because it's internet pathways that of the belief systems. Your thoughts become patterns, your patterns become beliefs, and your beliefs become reality, right? And so when you understand that you can actually change your biochemistry and you can change your belief systems, and you could do things like biohacking, and you can do things like mind hacking and energy hacking and meditating and doing the work, that's when the emotional body becomes a daily commitment, right? And this is a big thing that most people don't understand. They go to the gym, they exercise, they try to eat healthy, but when they're holding emotional baggage, emotional baggage within you. This is where you can have fatigue. This is where you can have brain fog. This is where you actually gain weight. This is where you can't lose weight. This is where you maybe sometimes get too skinny, right? Because you're not eating. Your emotional body with food, your emotional body with money, your emotional body with your family, with your children, with your intimate partner. It's a daily commitment to working in the emotional body and understanding that that daily commitment is whatever is coming up for you is there to show you your exact frequency, your exact vibration of where you are on the subject of that, where that's coming up, right? And so let's talk about the physical body for a moment and your emotional connection to your physical body. If you have an emotional connection to your physical body, you have a healthy relationship with your body. This is where it has to start. Your body is your vessel, right? And this is where God comes through you, source, the universe, whatever you believe it to be, comes through you. If you're not in fantastic physical shape, mental shape, or emotional shape, you're not living your best through God, right? And that's really where you have to understand that your body is a relationship. So before you can have a relationship with somebody else, and so I'm not a big fan of like sharing my body with a lot of people, right? That's just not my thing, and there's no judgment for anybody that does. But it's a beautiful experience for me when I share my body with someone else. But I'm so confident in who I am in my body. But I work at my body. I eat very, very healthy. There's times where I'll have alcohol. There's times where I'll have cheese. There's times where I'll have a lot of different things. But the reason why I'm so fit is because I truly love my body. Like my body works so hard for me every single day. And I don't love my body in the sense of this insecure space of I love my body and I have to show off my body. Like my body is my home. This is my vessel. This is what God, source, and universe comes through me as. It is the most important component before I can do anything in the mental body, before I can do anything. And so, but so many people get so obsessed with the physical part of it that they think if they're eating an avocado and eating healthy and they're working out, that that's okay. And that's wellness. And that's not. You have to have an amazing relationship with yourself and your body to start. That's the starting place. Then moving into the mental body, and that's understanding that your emotional body and your mental body are so intertwined. And that is really where if you're getting, I say all the time, if you're getting jiggy in life, if things are messing with you, you're not learning the lesson. You're not going deep enough into the emotional body and doing the emotional work that is stored in your body, right? Emotions are energy, and energy stores in your body. And so if you're gaining weight, or if you're fatigued, or you're in brain fog, or anything in your physical body, like I had this week, I had a sharp pain in my shoulder, and I did the energetic and the emotional work, and it's gone. So you have to understand that your body stores the energy in a certain way in your emotional body. And so sickness and disease and stress and weight gain and wrinkles and everything that is existent in the physical body is 100% from your mental body and your emotional body. So how do you have a relationship with other people when you don't have a relationship with you? And I say it's a relationship with you, your higher self, and God, source, the universe, right? Because you truly, truly are working in this space of the mind body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the physical body. And when all four are in alignment, that's when you get the lifetimes, right? You get lifetimes, but you can match energy. And that's what we're going to talk about, right? Is matching energy. So there's a difference between soul contracts and matching energy. And so soul contracts, now we're moving into the energetic body, which is the final stage before you move into the soul, right? So the energetic body is we are all energy, and we have chakra systems up and down our system that are energy hubs. They store emotions there, and the electromagnetic fields are how you manifest, right? That's the energetic body. The soul contract, and moving to the next level, is what your soul has come here to experience and expand. Meaning that it is my belief that we jumped in here and we have agreements with other people. We have agreements to learn and move through jealousy. We have agreements to learn and move through the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, and the energetic body. We have agreements to move through. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I'm not safe, secure, and protected. I'm not lovable. I'm not whole and complete. And people help us along that journey, right? And so those are the soul lessons. The soul lessons are soul contracts that you have, and they are the lessons for you to expand energetically, emotionally, physically, and mentally. And when you're working on all four bodies, you're expanding in all four bodies. You're not in contraction, right? But when you are in contraction in one part of your body, what will happen is in one part of your life, what will happen often is things will show up, right? Things will show up as triggers. Things will show up as a car accident, as weight gain, as anything like that, because you're not doing the internal work in that area of your life. Those are the soul contract. Those are the lessons. And that's what I feel like is like your karma, right? That's what you came here to move beyond and expand from. And so that's your south node. And that's really where the lessons that you've learned from your younger self, right? So I'm 51. And so if I would have lessons from my younger self, what would that look like? My lessons big time were I'm not worthy. I'm not, I'm not safe. I'm not safe and I'm not worthy were my two. I've really overcome the worthiness part, but the safety piece was a huge one for me, right? And so that's where you get to have the spiritual maturity with your lifetimes, your people that you're building the relationships with. So the sacred contracts are your destiny. This is your purpose, right? And so through your pain is always your purpose. And so if you understand that you're going through something, you can't avoid it, because if you store it somewhere in your body, it will just come out as a different lesson with different people in different circumstances, but the same lesson that keeps coming up. So you moving through this to get to your destiny, to be able to bring that out to the world in some way, right? And so if something is triggering you over and over and over again, it's for you to bring that out into the world in a better place, whether it's as a mom, whether it's as a TV host, whatever it is that is your platform in life. It could just be, in your intimate relationship. That's your reason you're moving through your seasons, your reasons to get through your lifetimes, right? Is that you're bringing that out to the world. That's your destiny. That's karma. That's your north node, your true north, right? And it's such a beautiful gift to understand that. And it's such a spiritual, mature thing to say, I'm going to take accountability for my actions and my belief systems and my emotions, and I'm going to manage my emotions in a healthier way than I've been doing that. And that's how you develop deep lifetimes. That's not just the ride or dies that love you just to love you. It's the people that are coming on your journey that are committed to your sacred purpose, right? And so your sacred purpose is your destiny that you, God, source, and the universe have agreed to change humanity or change the earth or change your body, whatever it may be, that you had all these lessons that you had to learn before you can move through that and actually master that. And that's when you become the teacher, right? So in the lessons, you're the student, and then you bring that back out into the earth, however you choose to. Again, you can choose to just do it in relationships or as a mom, but you're bringing that out into the world as expansion, not contraction. And that is your destiny. Once you've mastered that and you teach that, right? So I teach the quantum, I teach, I'm a licensed counselor, I teach NLP, I teach the mind, the body, the soul connection, like connecting deeply to your mind, body, soul, because I've mastered that, right? But I'm still the student in so many ways, where today and the last week I'm working on relationships, right? And I'm still working on my lifetimes and my tribes, and I have my lifetimes and I have people that are coming into my lifetimes, right? So that's the spiritual mature piece, is when you truly understand that the season, the reason, and the lifetimes come to you, and you get to be in emotional intelligence. You get to be spiritually mature. We're going to take another quick break, guys. We're going to be right back. And then we're going to talk about some key takeaways of what you can do when that happens. When you want to biohack, when you want to mental hack, when you want to work in the emotional body and the physical body and the energetic body. We will be right back, guys. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being on the Soul on Fire show. I'm so excited to talk today about the mental body, the emotional body, the physical body, and the energetic body in relationships and love, intimacy, and seasons, reasons, and lifetimes. In the first segment, we went deep into each of the mental body, the emotional body, the physical body, and the energetic body. We talked about admiration, connection, commitment, and compatibility. Moving on into your lifetimes. The second segment, we talked about your emotional body and understanding what it looks like in your emotional body when you're moving into lifetime commitments. And also what your souls have come here to learn and the lessons that you had to learn and to move through those to get to your destiny. Now I want to talk to you about some key takeaways of what you can do in the physical body, in the emotional body, in the mental body, and in the energetic body to truly, truly mind hack, biohack, and this is what I teach. Really, this is the deep work that I do in the quantum, is to biohack and mind hack and energy hack. And so you truly can. You have so much power within you, right? And so the things I really do with biohacking when a lot of emotion is coming up or there's things stuck in my body, first and foremost, I move my body. That is the most important thing that you can do, is move the energy out of your body. So get out and move your body in some way. I biohack with food often. That's really, really important to understand, is that I definitely intermittent fast. I, without question, detox a couple. I would say I detox. I do a full body liver organ detox, because your organs hold so much emotions and your organs hold a lot of energy. So what I do is I'll do a water detox, or I'll do a juice cleanse or something. Every couple months, where you just don't want your system to be clogged, right? And so a great thing to do on a daily basis is just a gallon of water with 10 lemons, and that actually cleans out, it alkalines your body, and it truly alkalines your water. It hydrates you, but it really is like lubricating all of your organs. So that's the most important thing. The second thing is, if you're, in your physical body and you don't feel good when you detox, it is so important. So get out into nature, move your body. I definitely use food. I absolutely biohack with food, but the biggest biohack you can do is truly meditate and pray. And when you understand what's going on in your physical body, and you connect your energy and your mind and your intuition and God, source, the universe, to your physical body, and you can understand, you can actually have a relationship and talk. I talk to my heart, I talk to my liver, I talk to my ovaries, I talk to my skin, and it's a relationship with your body that seems very, very strange, but I promise you guys, you can biohack this way, and you could truly, truly change. I mean, I've had bladder infections and healed them in 10 minutes. Yesterday, I had this insane pain in my shoulder and I healed it within 24 hours, right? You can your body can be healed. It is a machine. And it is the coolest. Biohacking is one of the coolest things. Ice baths is another thing. It moves you through your mental and your physical body, but it also truly, it metabolizes your body. It electrifies your neural pathways and allows you to truly go into kind of a shock. And when you go into the shock, it allows you to move into a meditative state of the alpha, a higher state than the beta. The beta state is the conscious mind. Anything above the beta is where you want to be when you're mind hacking and energy hacking, and body hacking. So biohacking is huge, 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 huge. Definitely, if you want to learn more about that, you can go to noelleagape.com. Biohacking is one of the best things you can do. Mental hacking is tremendous. I teach people how to mental hack, how to get rid of anxiety, how to get rid of, everything that's stored in their body, and how to truly, truly manipulate. I'm an NLP trainer. What we do is we go into the neural net pathways and we actually redirect your patterns in your brain. And it's the coolest damn thing you can ever do in your life. But some key takeaways on how to do that, right? Hardcore exercise is always going to give you endorphins, serotonin, oxytocin. Cardio is definitely going to do that. Sleep is so important to the mental body. Sleep is so important to the mental body. Sleep is so important. Hydrate. Really, if your body is not hydrated at that level that you need to, your brain is not functioning at the level. Healthy food, taking out all of the toxins in your food. It truly, truly helps with your neural net pathways. There's foods that trigger your neural net pathways to be activated. Go to noelleagape.com for that as well if you need that. But more importantly, the meditation piece with it, and you're moving your brain waves. And so the alpha, where you want to get above beta. Beta is the conscious mind. And so the unconscious mind is truly running the show. It's like the iceberg, right? It's underneath. You don't see what's going on. But if you understand the emotional intelligence and you do the work in the mental, the emotional, and the physical and energetic fields, that's when you truly tap into your mental body, right? And so there are ways for you to bypass light language. I teach you how to do light language. Light language is one of the best ways to bypass your neural net pathways and your belief systems. And that's in my quantum immersion. And how else for mind hacking? Really, NLP is such, it's reframing things, rewriting the story, collapsing timelines. That's really important in understanding. And how you can do that, again, is through meditation, understanding, going back and healing your inner child, connecting to the future version of yourself that you've never connected with before, tapping into that energy, moving into the energy. So then the energetic body, right? That's the mental body. Emotional hacking also is just the best way to emotional hack is to work with the emotion. I have fear right now. I have anger. I have sadness. I have guilt and shame. Why is this coming up? Oh, this is a father wound. This is a mother wound, right? And do the inner work in the emotional body. Be the observer of your life. Journal always. When this happened to me, I felt angry. I felt unworthy, and go back and see why this emotion is there. What lessons does this for me? Oh, okay. What is this teaching me? How can I expand from this, right? When you're living in curiosity and the question, the answer always presents itself. And so the emotional body is such a huge component. Energy hacking that's my specialty, right? And so how do you energy hack? Get yourself in water, get your ice baths, definitely energy hack. But today I sat in my bathtub, literally just submerged myself in my bathtub, and I released all of my energy. I did a chakra clearing. I did an aura clearing. I processed my mental body. I processed my physical body. I processed my emotional body. I literally clear my aura and my chakra system out as much as I possibly need to. I understand what it's doing to me if I'm in a toxic space. It's toxic to my kids. It's toxic to the people in my life. It's toxic to the people that I love. It's my responsibility to do the energetic work. And so, the energetic work, if you don't understand it, get professional help. There's so many people now that work into the quantum that do this work, right? Go get a massage, go do things that make you feel good. How are you living from your soul, right? For me, it's travel, it's adventure, it's play. The second that I get deep into my head and I'm jiggy, I go play. I go do something fun. I ignite my soul. I don't stay in the energy of negativity. I don't match other people's energy anymore. And so energy hacking, how you could do that is saying, oh, I'm not trauma bonding anymore, right? I see that energy right there of negativity, and I'm choosing not to be a part of that negativity because that's trauma bonding, and I don't really want to trauma bond. So I'm going to actually energy hack. Your mind and your body can't do two things at the same time. So what you have to do is you have to shift it, right? Oh, okay, I see that pattern. I see that energy. I don't like it. I'm going to go do something else. How can I make a different choice? What do I need to do? I'm going to go play. I'm going to go do something for my soul. I'm going to cook some dinner. I'm going to love on my dog and my kid and my man. And you get to change your energy, guys. It's your responsibility to manage your energy. It's your responsibility to manage your emotional body. It's your responsibility to manage your physical body. And it's your responsibility to manage your mental body, right? And a dear friend said to me today and called me out, right? I do this for a living, and called me out and said, you can be more mature in your emotional body when you're handling it this way. And I just stopped. And at first I was offended, and that's your ego, right? You work with your ego in all four bodies. And that's how you're going to find lifetimes, guys, is when you're so dialed in with who you are in your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, and your energetic body, and you are good, you are dialed in, you're going to get the lifetime people that bring you joy, The lifetime people, when you're trauma bonding, are going to be the low energy. They're going to be trauma bonding. But you get to choose where you are in every step of the path. Life is a choice, and you don't have to stay where you are. There's so many. We live in the world of the internet right now. Go watch my shows. If you can't hire a coach, I have 5 coaches, guys. I have 5 different coaches. I have a media coach. I have a spiritual advisor. I have a business coach. I have somebody that works with me in the physical sense as well, right? And so if you're not getting help, then that's on you. You have to find a way to be better every single day. Being better every single day in the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body, and the energetic body is your responsibility. That's emotional intelligence. You take accountability for who you are. You take accountability for your contraction, and you take accountability for your expansion. You choose which one you want to be in. You make changes every single day, and they don't have to be jumping off a cliff. You should if you want to, but you don't have to. Make small incremental changes. Incremental progress leads to monumental success. That is so important to understand. Today, I'm going to make a choice in my physical body to move my body. I'm going to make a choice in my physical body to eat healthy. Today, in my mental body, I'm going to be aware of my thoughts. I'm going to journal. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to put myself into a better state of mind. I'm going to move out of the beta into, the theta, alpha, and gamma, and I'm going to move into the different brain waves. I'm going to see my energy today, and I'm going to not match energy that does not resonate with my soul. If it doesn't resonate with my soul, I'm going to choose to exit gracefully. I'm going to be the emotionally responsible, and I'm going to be aware of my emotions and see how I'm responding to people and how they're responding to me. I'm going to see what I'm emanating and projecting out to the world. I'm going to change that. I'm going to live from my soul. I'm going to do things that bring me joy. I'm going to celebrate me. I'm going to honor me. I'm going to be in my best shape of my life, mind, body, soul, and spirit. I'm going to choose that. You get to choose. Guys, you are more powerful than you ever know. All of the power is within you. Connect to your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit. And I promise your seasons, your reasons, and your lifetimes will be beautiful and glorious. You get to dance with the universe. You get to be emotionally mature. You get to have emotional intelligence and spiritual maturity. You get to be a grown-ass adult and do this work, even if it's hard. Because you are needed more now than ever. You get to choose to be the best version of you, energetically connect to that, and become that person every single day. Because you have to become that person for it to become a reality. Choose your seasons, your reasons, and your lifetimes by choice. That is living consciously. That is overall wellness. You are more powerful than you know. Everything you need is inside of you. If you need more support, please, please, please go to noelleagape.com. There's so much support there for you guys. There's so much support. There are free activations. There are meditations. There is, if you want to go further, you can come on our retreats. You can work with me. But guys, I'm telling you, at Noelle Agape Global, we are here to help you with your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit. I promise you, you are more powerful than you will ever know. And the greatest version of you is waiting to come out, and you are doing a disservice to you, your family, and humanity if you're not living. It's the best version of you in the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body, and the energetic body. Your soul will thank you tomorrow. I love you, and you are more powerful than you will ever know. I'll see you in the next video.